Good morning. Today we're going to show you how to lash a patient that we've already packaged on the backboard with the spider straps into the backboard, into the Stokes basket with a 40-foot piece of webbing. We'll go over in another video on how to set the patient up and secure C-spine with the spider straps in the backboard. This is a process we can use for the Stokes basket or the sked. And then we can also use the Stokes basket in another configuration with the Yates spec pack. We'll show you that in another video as well. First thing, Kenny's going to help me move the victim into the Stokes basket. With the mannequin, it is a little more difficult during training because he doesn't move and he's not as flexible as a real person. We're going to work through those problems, but be very mindful when you're using a live person in these training scenarios because you can pinch them, you can hit them in the face with the webbing and stuff. On that note, be very careful as you're lashing the Stokes basket that you don't hit somebody with the tail of the webbing. If you do, just recently in Texas, Southern Texas, we had a guy that ended his career because he got hit in the face with a tail of webbing, actually in the eye. And I believe he lost his eye. All right, so to start this process, Kenny's going to tie a girth hitch at the center point of the webbing. This packaging technique is best done with two people. It can be done with one person, but it takes significantly more time. As you can see, he's got his center point to his girth hitch. And then he comes out to this bar right here. We're going to create a little platform for the feet before we work our way up. That way we can use this in any configuration, horizontal or vertical, and support the victim with his own skeleton. The 40-foot piece of webbing for the Stokes basket is really the preferred one. It gives us enough so that when we get to the top, we have some excess. So our first one we're going to grab is this first bar. One of the most important things that you do is you communicate as you're working through your process so that you mirror each other on each side. Kenny and I are going to try and hold some tension as we work, but we're going to tension this at the end as when we finish. So you notice we're creating X's. As we work up this patient, or this victim, we want to create these X's to give us that lock-in effect. Anytime you're using the Stokes, we want to capture the patient's extremities, even if they're conscious. There are different schools of thought on this. Mine personally, I don't want a conscious patient to reach out and grab hold of something as we're trying to make a lift. I'll roll. This is where the teamwork comes in, especially with the mannequin, because he doesn't want to work and move as we get around these joints. We kind of have to work one side at a time. Again, be very careful with those tails. as we work. So if you look at the Stokes at this point, we've created 3 X's, here, here, and here. We've gone through the vertical posts, avoiding the top rail with our software. We don't want to run into an issue to where we're rubbing on the side of the building or rock cliff and our software rubs a hole through it. So now that we've done this, we're going to tie a square knot center to his chest. Now you have some options here. You can do right over left, left over right. That's what a lot of people like to do. As you can see, Kenny has his technique that he's going to work to do this easy for him. There's also the fast Philly. The struggle with the fast Philly square knot technique is webbing. It doesn't really tie that pretty. So as he gets ready to do that, I'm going to take out all the tension that I can take out before he gets too far. Get to this point. Kenny's going to tie the right over left, left over right technique. And with this much tail, it becomes a so he has a square knot right here, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be pretty. We always want to dress our knots, but sometimes in webbing, the square knot is very difficult to get it dressed. Our next technique is we're going to take what's left and we're going to go through the backboard. So as you can see, let me pull them up so you can get underneath them. You can see Kenny is pushing this underneath his arm here. And again, with the mannequin, it makes it pretty difficult. He's going to go through the backboard and then he's going to come out the top handle right here. What this does is create one package. Once he gets his through the top handle, we're going to rotate and we're going to get my side through. Yep. 1, 2, 3. And this just takes a little finesse. Get the webbing in through the arms. Get this part through, come through the backboard. Back up through this backboard hole right here. Okay, so now all we have to do is tie our clove hitches at the top to finish this off. Kenny's gonna look and dress all this while I tie this clove hitch. I like to split this post when I'm tying, because it helps me identify the clove hitch when I go to do my safety check. I can cinch it down, and I can tie my safety knot right here. Same thing right here. I like to come across split my post. Again, it allows me to easily identify this clove hitch. Keep coming around and then tie my safety knot down here at the bottom. That's right. We're going to set up our bridle as well to prepare him completely for a lift. Our patient packaging, he is secure in this device at this point. There are several ways to lash into a Stokes basket. This is just one way that we found to be one of the most efficient, using the backboard to secure him to the Stokes. We're going to take the short legs of the bridle. They're going to go high. Then we have the long legs, they're going to go towards the feet. If you look at the side of the Stokes basket, right here, I like to hook my bridle into these squares that are locked off. It keeps those carabiners from moving. Hooking to the top rail with hardware, to me, is acceptable because I'm not going to abrade my carabiner. Okay, I got it. It is moderately uncomfortable, but if the victim is in a precarious situation to have called us, comfort is not our primary consideration. I will hold the bull ring, let Kenny get the bottom too. We have ours pre-tensioned, but if you don't, you want the bull ring to end up just above the belly button of the victim. When you're lifting a mannequin, what you'll notice is these mannequins have a tendency to be very head heavy, so you may have to move this bull ring up. As we hook our victim up to our haul system, we're going to haul up about 2 feet to kind of see what angle they're at. We want them at about a 10-degree angle, head up. That gives them in the best, most comfortable riding position, and helps us manage if we're going to do horizontal. If we're going to do vertical, then we don't do the bridle. We clip to the top of the Stokes basket up here. Thank you.